Phenomenal African Women UK. Ready to be inspired, celebrated, and empowered? Hey, it's the Afrodia Empower podcast, where we share our real and relatable experiences as young Black women connected to the African diaspora. Invite some friends and join the conversation with your hosts, Shernorva, Emmanuella, and Blessings.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Afrodia Empower podcast. How we doing, girls? How we doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Busy me, but new me as well.
That's good. It's obviously 2021 now, so exciting stuff, New Year's resolutions. I think this January has gone really quick. Is that just me?
No. I disagree.
Oh, really?
Is it?
This month is so long. It's actually so long.
It's because of your essays.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But girls, how is life? What's good? Why are you all breathing like that?
Do you know what? I think it's one of those things where I'm like I want to go on holiday.
Oh my God.
You know when you get to that point where you're like, I want to go on holiday just because I just want some time away from everyday life.
I agree.
Stuff. But this is not saying I don't enjoy everyday life. It's just I think since COVID, it feels like it's just been going as well. And I've taken time out, to relax. Christmas, I took time out with my family. I think I got to sleep a lot as well, which was like the first time that me and my family, all of us got to sleep, which all my days, like ever.
Wow.
But yeah, I think I'm now back into the swing of things, and sometimes that's when you realize how many things that you are writing down that you need to do and stuff. But it's good. I'm the type of person who, if I don't keep up with momentum and I start relaxing, I will be sleeping. So I have to keep like a rhythm.
You sleep during the day. I can't do that. I get a headache.
No. I'm saying if I don't, like, just generally in life, if I'm not like, oh my gosh, I have 500 things on my plate, go, then I start, okay, well, I've got this time, so let me just come back to it in a minute.
Literally, yeah. How about you, Emmanuella?
Ciao. I just want essays to be done. I even hate saying it. I hate saying essays. I hate just the word. I just hate that there's so much to do. And I think similar to Shernorva, if I don't put down like what I'm supposed to do for the day, it's like, oh, I can read later, I can write how many words later, it's fine, it's chill. And then the end of the week comes and it's like, okay, this essay is due 9:30 a.m. in 2 days. What have you got? Kind of thing. But apart from that, it's been busy. I want a holiday. Yeah.
Honestly.
Today, that would be nice. Apart from that, it's just, it's a new year. It doesn't really feel like a new year because I just feel like we just continued from December and COVID and everything. But I'm excited for this year. It should be fun, interesting. But yeah.
And you saying that, Emmanuella, reminds me that my sister recently said, she was like, oh, March is going to be 1 year anniversary of COVID. I was like, oh.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for reminding us.
That's what kids do. Oh my days.
Yeah. I was like, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah. 1 year anniversary.
Still in lockdown.
Oh gosh. No, honestly, I hope this ends soon because I really, really understand you guys saying that you want to go on holiday. Because me, I want to go to my motherland. The motherland is calling. I'm not joking.
No.
Let me tell you, the beaches, best beaches in Africa. Gonna say.
Yeah.
Emmanuella's like, no, seriously, guys.
What about your Mauritian friends or your
forget about them. No, okay. I mean, in West Africa, at least.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
And majority of Africa, I'll allow that. But yeah, guys, it's been great knowing how you're all doing. So today's topic, we're really talking about self-love and mental health. So especially as now we're in lockdown, let's talk. What have been your experiences been like with mental health?
I just want to like jump in as well, guys, with what Melissa is just saying, because even the way that we just started this podcast, it really wasn't planned like that, in terms of we planned to come in with saying, how are you guys? But we're now, like, I'm now seeing the connection as well, just us checking up on each other, how are you doing and stuff. And then from those moments, you like in your head, you're thinking, okay, this was the conversation and stuff. Actually, maybe I need to go and check on this. Maybe I need to go and check on that in my life and stuff. How am I actually feeling and stuff? I've paused myself a few times. People are like, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. And these days I'm like, am I good? Let me take a second. Let me take a second to answer that question. What did you do this weekend? Oh, I just, and then I'm like, actually, what did I do this weekend? Yeah.
Honestly, but yeah, that's a really good one. Like, especially little things like, how was your week? Like, it makes you really reflect. Okay, how actually was my week? And most of the times I do forget. I'm like, what even happened on Monday? But then when you actually go deep down, and I guess with the whole link into mental health and self-love, it's really important to, I think, sit down and like reflect on your day and think, okay, so what actually happened? What am I proud of? What can I be proud of? Because I think if we're so quick to be like, okay, tick, 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 do, but you don't actually sit to think and be like, okay, so what am I proud of? You're just, I don't think it's really beneficial in the long run. So I've like put in practice lately of really just taking time to celebrate myself. So
I think you mentioned a point about asking yourself and people how you are or how they are. So I asked a friend, I was like, how are you? Just in passing, just like, how are you? And I'm expecting her to be like, yeah, I'm good. She sends a whole paragraph. I'm like, okay, I was not expecting her to be as honest. But I think because we don't really have a culture of, okay, this is what happened, good or bad. We just say, okay, I'm good. And with another friend, I realized that all our conversation is how's life. She'd be like, not too shabby. I'll be like, not too bad. And then we just move on. That's legit our whole conversation on text. I mean, in person, it's a lot more expanded, but just in text, it's just not too shabby, not bad, not too shabby, not too bad. And we don't really go into details of our day. And just going back to what Blessing said, I think is really important, good or bad. For me, I try to say the good things first, because I know that in my head, if I say the bad things first, I'm just going to be like, I'm not happy with myself, Wow. But even if I just said, okay, you said that you were going to do laundry today and you did laundry, so well done. Well done.
Me looking at my laundry basket like,
honestly,
oh my.
My friends used to say, what we used to do in this house is, even if you did the smallest thing, like you clean the bathroom, you go and write it down, I cleaned the bathroom, and you give it a massive tick, just to kind of like train your mind and reward yourself. Is it dopamine that's in your head or something? Anyways, but yeah.
No, isn't that like positive reinforcement or something like that in psychology?
Yeah.
There you go. You know what you just said made me think about, you know how when you're in text and you guys just say not too shabby, okay, but when you're in person, your conversations are much more elaborated and stuff. So do you think now we're all online, that has affected our ability to actually care and be compassionate and check on each other? Because like you said, when you texted your friend, maybe it was out of routine of just being the good friend of checking on people, but you didn't really expect her to be that open. So do you think that now that we're forced to be online, it's actually made us realize, okay, we need to actually be checking on each other and having better conversations?
I think I agree completely. Like this past weekend, I spoke to a girl on my course that I've never spoken to. We're doing the same questions, so she's like, oh, let's just chat and like exchange notes and whatever. And she went in detail about like her life, because we kind of missed that human interaction. Like we're online, but we don't really talk. And for such a bubbly person, it's such a hard time for her. So on the phone, she's like, I just spent my whole life. I'm like, it's fine. Like if you want to talk to someone, obviously I don't have the time, but if you want to talk to someone, only because I feel like people really do miss that talking and just sharing experiences. And you don't know how, I mean, it was an hour, but you don't know how much, you helped her or she helped me. I think, the online it's a substitute. It's not an amazing one, but if that's what you can do on Snapchat, on IG, on FaceTime, you might as well. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah. What do you think, Shernorva?
Yeah, I think as well with COVID, I've tried to be a little bit more like notice the people who I speak to, the people who I haven't speak to for a long time as well. And even like family members, older family members, I've put them, like I've said in my head and stuff, but I need to like write things down because I would like to contact some of my older family members just a little bit more than I usually would, you know, birthday, if there's a family get together, but just to say, how are you doing? Yourself and stuff. I think because of how COVID has been going and the fact that it's been affecting the elderly more, it's just made me just think a little bit more and just reflect a little bit more on time and with what is going on
Definitely.
time and with what is going on in life. But I think even in all of this, and as we have conversations with other people online and stuff, I think it's important for us to know that caring for ourselves as well is very important. As Blessings was saying, self-care is not selfish.
Fish.
No, you don't sell those fish. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like when it comes to how life has been going and stuff, I really have tried to take time out. I'm like, I am not paying for Disney Plus for it to go and sit there and not be used, because 1 year is coming up soon and I'm gonna have to renew that thing. So it needs to be worth it. It needs to have been worth it.
Disney Plus? Everyone's doing Disney Plus. Even my teacher was like, I got Disney Plus at her big age, but okay. Even you're a biggie adult.
Yep. To be fair, I got Disney Plus when they said it was coming out. I got it for like the pre-price. Like they had like it was on discount before it came out, so I got it for that price and stuff. And then it's gonna renew, and then they're gonna bring in some new stuff and all sorts of stuff. But it was more, some of the Disney Plus stuff, it was more because the girls wanted to watch some of the Disney Princess stuff, and I was like, I'm not gonna go and buy every Disney Princess movie separately. So if I can get it in one space, you guys can go through and watch the ones that you haven't seen and stuff. But it's also good for me. I'm like, I don't mind watching Avengers Endgame again. I can watch it again. I really don't mind. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
All the Marvel stuff is there.
And I feel like things like that just help you imagine, because as you grow older, it's almost you lose your imagination in the sense that, like, I remember when I was younger, like they used to tell us to write stories in year 2, and I still have all my books and stuff like, and I look and I think like I had such a big imagination, and now like it's not like I don't have it, but I don't feel it as much. And things like that, like watching shows and really just like tapping into things like that really help to have that imagination. And it's good that you said for self-love and taking care of yourself. What do you guys think, Emmanuella? Why am I saying what do you guys think, Emmanuella? No.
Yeah, I just feel like with self-care you have to find what works for you. So you guys were talking about shows and talking about different hobbies. I know my friend, you know, a form of self-care is playing games, like any game, any puzzles, anything. For me, I just don't have the attention span for that. So it might just be a face mask or painting or doing something to kind of get my mind moving. And I completely agree with Blessings when she says that it's not selfish. So if you know that you need that 1 hour, not talking to anyone, not paying attention, like not replying any text messages, or just, you know, just being in your room, do that if that works for you. I just don't think people should make you feel bad for choosing to spend time with yourself. And
I really don't think that self-care should be like a 1 hour a week thing. Please do not do the 1 hour a week. But I think it's better to split the 1 hour up every day, just so you have that some time for yourself every day, or at least most of the week, right? Versus I only have this once a week and then the rest of the time. And don't get me wrong, I know as young people we're all pushing forward and stuff. We've seen from COVID that people need to have multiple streams of income, and people need to have their hand in lots of different parts. You need to have different skills and all of that sort of things. And yes, let's be motivated, let's push forward, but please take time for yourself every single day. Check in with yourself. Am I okay? Am I emotional? And if you need to cry,
Please do.
girls. I mean, there might not be many guys watching, but even if listening, but even if you are, you too, cry. Write it down.
Honestly.
Cry in your pillow. Cry in your
Cry to cry well.
Cry and go to bed.
Cry. Even sometimes when I watch, I listen to songs, or I'm watching a movie, I'm crying because I'm literally looking. Why am I watching Beauty and the Beast and seeing myself in there? Like I'm seeing my own self in the movie.
We are so similar in that, because I watch films and I think I'm the main character. I don't know if that's being self-centered. I genuinely think I'm the main character, and I go into deep tears. Like someone would think I lost someone. Like sometimes the way I cry. That's why I can't watch films with my family, because there was a time where I was watching a film with my family and there's just me on the floor like crying in the corner, and my mom's like, my sister's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, go away.
But this is the thing, like it's so important to be in touch with your emotions and like process that in the way that is best for you, and like moving forward and stuff. And even when we're talking about self-care is not selfish and stuff, the same thing when it comes to well-being. That doesn't mean you just have to eat healthy. You're starving yourself, okay? I'm not going to tell you also to be ordering Just Eat 5 times a week, because that's also not great for yourself as well. But on the other side, it's important to be like, okay, I'm going to treat myself a little bit. I would love to do, I don't know, a fruit salad. I'm just picking something random. Dear. But usually your fruit salad really is just you picking up an apple. Like you're at the store, pick up, some mango pieces, pick up some, I don't know, lychee. So I'm just thinking like random fruit. And then, you take your time, you cut the banana up, you put it in the bowl. You cut the clementines, you put it in the bowl. Like you put everything in the bowl. And then you look at your beautiful creation and then you enjoy it. Even that process is self-care as well. Wow. Like you don't, it doesn't have to be like you go to the store, maybe you have things delivered to you, but you have the fruit, the fruit that you like and stuff. You take your time, you put it in the bowl, you enjoy it. That whole process of you just loving on yourself is just enjoyment as well.
That's the word that I wanted to say. Enjoy. Like I know we're saying a lot of like do this, don't do this, do this and don't do this. It's not as tedious as we make it sound. Well, I hope we don't make it sound as tedious. But it should be fun and enjoyable. And
don't worry, girl, we all have those moments.
Yeah, it should be fun and enjoyable. And put some music on. That's my tip, number 1. Put some music on. Let it be fun. And
that is so true. Like it's just it's just so important to definitely do the things that you enjoy. And like lately I find that, and I really appreciate the school I go to, because usually we have 1-hour lessons, but the teacher, like, she appreciates that it's hard to focus when you're at home and sat down, so she cut the lessons down to 50 minutes, my head teacher, and so that we could have an extra 10 minutes to get up, walk around, drink some water, get a cup of tea, like do things that you're used to, so that you have some sense of normality. So definitely, like, I love that fruit salad analogy. You could make that's very deep, I can't lie. But yeah, like with mental health as well, I think, like we said, obviously if you need to cry, but also don't just cry and leave it to yourself. It's also good to talk to people too. Even recently, like, when was it? A couple of days ago, just had a chat with someone on the phone and just shared how I've been feeling, things that have been happening in my life, and it made me feel 10 times better. And made me, I think sometimes in our head, it's not that I'm exaggerating how I feel, but in your mind, you can make it a lot deeper than it needs to be. But when I shared it, they were like, actually, don't worry. All it turned out to be, I just needed a bit of a break. I just needed to do something I loved. And sometimes it boils down to these things. And I'm not trying to say that if you are going through something that's a little bit deeper and you need obviously therapy or anything, I'm not like what's the word, saying that's not that you shouldn't consider that, but at the same time, like, talk to people, get their advice, as it could be a lot less, I guess, what's the word a lot less dramatic. That's the right word, but that's what I'm going for. But yeah,
I completely agree, and I think with
oh gosh.
oh my gosh, you guys are gonna wonder why we're laughing. We're laughing because Blessings just made a face that was really funny. Yeah, so when it comes, I think also when it comes to like the whole well-being as well, burnout is not something that just happens when you're going out to work, out to school, or you're like basically leaving your house, like normal life. You get burnout there, but home life also gives you burnout because you in the beginning you're like, I'm in the comfort of my home, I'm relaxing at home. But actually sometimes you need the stimulation. You like when you're living your everyday life, you're moving, you're going from left to right, you're going here and there, you're traveling and all of that. And doing things from home is a completely different mindset. It's like a complete shift because you then have to mentally prepare yourself, like, okay, I'm going to be here for some time doing this activity. Okay, now it's time for me to walk around and do something different. Now it's time for me to interact with someone else. Now it's time for me to do this other thing. Okay, this is going to sound crazy, but you know when you haven't spoken for a long time and your mouth starts like tasting funny because you haven't spoken to anyone?
Oh dear.
If your mouth is getting to that point, it means you need to walk around. You need to find someone. You need to call someone and or speak some words out. Speak some words out. What did you say?
I said, brush your teeth. It's true though.
Yeah.
You don't know. Maybe you had those oniony, garlicky things for lunch. You know, with our African foods, you got a
garlic
Colgate
base.
But yeah, you know, those masks, they're really covering your shame sometimes. But yeah, girls, obviously do what Shernorva said. Don't just brush your teeth.
And just use it as an indicator. This is not me saying that you're like dirty or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it can be used as an indicator of, oh my gosh, I actually haven't spoken out or said anything for ages.
Yeah,
that's exactly true. Yeah. So I think we can round it up now. You know, we always give our 3 things to take away. So I can start and then anyone else can follow. So like everyone's been echoing, self-care is not selfish. I actually heard that from someone else. I didn't make that up, just to let you know. But, you know, we don't use it for this podcast. Self-care is not selfish. So definitely don't let anyone trip you into believing that, oh, you're being selfish. You're not really caring about anyone else. But it's important to take that time to look at what you've experienced in life. Be proud of yourself, celebrate yourself, and really grow from that place. So yeah, that's my number 1 thing.
Yeah, and the next thing is find out what works for you in terms of self-care and well-being ideas, looking after yourself. I mean, if you like exercise, and okay, so if you like exercise, you probably already know what exercise you want to do. But if you want to do something exercise, you're like, I'm feeling a bit bored, find an online community, join them, join some other people, so you're all bouncing up and down together, so you don't feel alone. Or do something on the Wii and like something moving on the Wii and stuff. Don't forget about your Wiis. I know people aren't selling them anymore, but they still work, my friend. They still work. And even with self-care, coloring, painting, cooking, like there's all sorts of different avenues to try. But so you don't feel alone in the process, like I would really recommend finding groups on social media of people doing similar things, so you can like start to make friends with people on there, or reach out to a friend and be like, girl, I just want you to have you on video so we can chat while I'm cooking. I just want to have you on video and chat while I'm doing this, or do a watch party and watch something together. Just so that's just some like random ideas to throw out there, but really find what works for you. Test lots of things out. You're either going to learn that you like it and you're going to go ahead, or you hate it and you're never going to do it again. So
that is so good. I like that. Go on, Emmanuella. Sorry.
No, it's okay. And lastly, find out what makes you burn out. Just find out, like, how do you feel? What temperaments you have when you're really stressed, or what causes you to be stressed, or if you're a girl, if that's time of the month and you know you're just, I'm tired, I'm sad, I'm moody, I don't want to be here, kind of thing. Just find out ways and times and seasons that make you feel burnout. So yeah,
Definitely. But yeah, guys, it has been a great session talking to you all, and I've just got an idea of what I'm going to do for my takeover day. So there you go. I love having these conversations, and thank you guys always. Please follow us on social media at Afrodia Empower. You can listen to us on many different what do you call them? What do you call it?
Streaming
Podcast
sites.
streaming sites.
Yeah.
So it has been great talking to you, ladies, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye.
bye guys.
We're really glad you joined us today. Check us out on Instagram, Afrodias, and comment on today's podcast post. Don't forget, be phenomenal.